Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Cat and today we're back with another banger video talking about the latest and greatest of PulseChain news. And today we're going to be talking about more specifically about the negative sentiments that we've been seeing with PDAI and PWC surfacing mainly on Telegram and Twitter. What does that mean for the mid to long term about this narrative? Is Richard Hart behind it? We're going to be answering those questions in this video, so watch the whole video through. Thank you very much for your support, guys, especially to the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel. Thank you very much. And to the highlighted comments. Great video. Love the info. Love Khaled. Love my guy. Been watching for the past few weeks, trying to get as much info on PulseChain as possible. Thank you for what you do. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate all your comments. I read them all, by the way. I read them all. So comment down below. And I really appreciate you. Join my Telegram link in the description. Be part of a conversation. I'm always there almost 20 times a day. But moving on to the topic of today's video, why is pWBTC and PDAI, is having a sideways action, not really popping off, having a correction. Some people call it a dump. I've seen some people call it a pump and dump, guys. Okay. Which is absolutely crazy. We're going to be talking about that more as well. I wanted to talk about why is PulseChain really red. Guys, what you need to do when you see such case as this is you have to take a step back and zoom out. How's the whole crypto market looking like? And then once you look into it, you realize that actually Bitcoin and Ethereum today is also down. And you should realize that once Bitcoin and Ethereum, which obviously these two are not altcoins, right? These are not labeled altcoins. If they go down by 3 to 6%, you can expect thrice or even a bigger amplification effect to the altcoins, right? That's how it works. Because altcoins are basically a leverage of Ethereum, which is a leverage of Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. You need to have that type of mindset. And at the same time, I wouldn't really be held up in looking at the daily movements and, be bearish from this because it can be noisy. So sometimes what you need to do is put it on the weekly. So if I put this on the weekly, that does reduce some of the noise. So you can see that we're actually doing quite well. Again, as well, looking at the ETH-BTC ratio, yes, we are on a red candle right now that's forming, but do remember this is the start of the week, so we still have time till the end of the week, and hopefully we end on a green candle. This would be a very, very good, basically a reversal confirmation. Same thing with the Bitcoin dominance. I think again that we have indeed broke the all-time high for sure. Right, we have broken the all-time high. We peaked at the Bitcoin dominance. We are confirming that the altcoin season has started. Looking at the altcoin season index is doing really well. The others, especially the others, guys, look at this. Okay, again, do remember this is a red candle forming, but it's the beginning of a week coming off from a weekend where you don't expect that much action from a weekend due to obviously traditional markets being closed, institutional and retail investors just generally not being as active in the weekends. At least that's what it's notorious to be known for, right? And as well, and I wanted to tell this to you guys that, and I've mentioned this actually a year ago, right? Where it's December, it's the month of holidays. Don't expect people to really invest. When it's holidays, people actually are thinking about spending money. They're not thinking about investing. Okay, so we've had things like Black Friday, Thanksgiving. Now we're gonna have Christmas very, very soon. So I'm telling you as a warning, as a heads up, hey, don't expect a pump to happen with the coins that you're holding. And it can be a consolidation period or even a slightly negative period, lower volume. Okay. Again, that's kind of just my thought process. Just be ready for that scenario and don't make it alter your the bullishness of your bag. Okay. It's actually so crazy. When you look at the chart of PDAI, guys, it's actually so crazy, man. Look at this. We've done a beautiful, basically a 10x with PDAI, guys, a 12x with PDAI in like a matter of, less than a month. Okay, creating higher highs, higher lows easily, higher highs, higher lows. And then the dip from the top all the way like to where we are, like all the way down, 50% correction, and then now immediately bounced off, and now we're kind of doing a minus. We're literally 23% from all-time high, and people calling that a pump and dump. Crazy stuff to me, guys. Crazy stuff. And then even looking at stuff like pWBTC, look at this, a crazy looking chart. Clearly the FOMO effect, guys. That's a tease on what FOMO feels like. We will never see a $200 priced pWBTC ever again. We've been in that price range for such a long time, for the past year plus. This is why, guys, you need to believe. If you believe in a handful or a dozen of projects and you're DCAing into them, why does it matter what price it is today? I don't care if it's up 10x or 20x. If I'm DCAing, I'm still DCAing. Whether if it's up 20x or whether it's down 90%, I'm DCAing so that I can hold it till the finish line. I'm thinking about long-term vision, delaying my gratification. I don't care what the prices of it is today. But unfortunately, guys, this is how most people think. Don't be like that. That's kind of like a non-believer mindset. Where, if you're in a token and then you hate the token because it's, it's dumping, or it's, I guess the word is not dumping, actually. This is not dumping. The word is correction, right? If you hate a token that you're holding because it's down, 20, 30, 40%, then you don't really believe in it. You're not holding it for the right reasons. Okay? So keep that in mind. We're going to be talking about a lot of the latest news regarding this PRC20 narrative. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk about generally how we are very, very bullish within the altcoin season, starting with I want to show the Bitcoin rainbow price. Again, as I've been telling people, that I have a price target for around 160K to around 200K for Bitcoin this 2025 bull run. And some people calling it a super cycle, the Donald pump cycle, because of the fact, obviously, Donald Trump won the election. The last time we had a super cycle was actually in 2018, when Donald Trump also won the election. So we might actually see this bull run extend all the way to 2026. Okay, be ready for that. Now, there's always, in every bull run, there's always two waves. The first wave, I predict, is going to be peaked at beginning of Q2. And then we're going to have a massive correction. You're going to have a lot of people calling it that, oh yeah, it's, that's the bull run. That's it. It's the top of Bitcoin. And I think that second wave will catch a lot of people off guard, punish those people that doubted, Bitcoin, that doubted Ethereum, that doubted altcoins, etc., etc. And then obviously it's going to be even more bullish when Gary Gensler is no longer a chairman of SEC, and then Donald Trump replaces him with a pro-crypto. Guys. That would be a crypto person. That would be actually very, very, very bullish. The crypto industry is going to really flourish within America. That's the whole plan, right? It's the country that's holding the most Bitcoin out of all countries in the world. 215,000 Bitcoin to be exact. And then we have people like Michael Saylor, the one that I wanted to talk about. He's very, very smart. And then he made this clip that is actually kind of interesting. I never thought about it this way, where he talks about Bitcoin, or why Bitcoin is better than gold. And a small fun fact, and I need to do more research on this, and just generally, because this is a new idea that I've never really thought about it, that actually Bitcoin is indeed better than gold. Holding gold is like holding a pet rock. Gold is actually being mined more than consumed per year. So hold on. Let's see what he has to say about that.
So the very simple idea is buy 20 or 25% of the Bitcoin network on behalf of the US government, catalyze the development of that world reserve capital network, and then let all the Chinese and the Russians and the foreigners sell all their other assets and buy Bitcoin, and then the money flows into the United States. If you want to put a great twist on it, dump your gold, sell all the US gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free, because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold, you will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks. So their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
As usual, you're painting a grand and vivid picture, Michael, with this kind of stuff.
Jeez, bro. Shout out Michael Saylor. Bro, shout out Michael Saylor. Very, very bullish things. I mean, let me know what you think of it. Okay. And moving on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about, kind of a segue now to actual PulseChain, right? Shout out to Bitcoin. I think it's obviously an amazing store of value. It's anti-inflationary. This will most likely be where I would rotate my profits either into stablecoins or either into stable swap within PulseChain or either into PulseX farm. So pay myself from the yield and of course holding gold. I think it's holding Bitcoin, the digital gold. Okay, very close. Because obviously I think Bitcoin is never going to go anywhere. It's always going to be number one. If you average out the appreciation over the years, over the Bitcoin halving, it averages around 40% per year. It's really, really good. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's amazing. But I wanted to talk about in terms of the PRC20s, because I've seen a lot of people doubting the narrative, a lot of people doubting that Richard Hart is behind Pedi and PWC. I think this video is going to change your mind. If you watch it the whole way through, I think it really will change your mind. Okay, so I want you to focus on this part. This is, by the way, on PulseChain.com. This has always been there. Since before PulseChain launched, the goals has been there since the beginning. Okay, enrich ERC and NFT holders or NFT users. The launch of PulseChain is the largest airdrop in history because of the snapshot that was taken and then the cloning that happened. That's why PulseChain is the first of its own kind, a full system state copy of Ethereum. Thousands of Ethereum-based tokens and NFTs receive their free PulseChain versions. This new gold rush contains the value discovery of thousands of tokens and NFTs on PulseChain. If you always wanted to be a whale in a certain ERC20 or NFT, maybe now you can. Pretty cool stuff, guys. Okay, it's already been acknowledged. Hold on, it's a new gold rush, the PRC20 gold rush. Okay, now moving on. Here's another clip, a very bullish clip that will perhaps give you a light bulb effect. Hold on. Did actually Richard Hart talk about this? And he did. He's done a lot of 3-hour plus live streams. This is before he changed his ways. Now he's communicating to us through the blockchain. You know what I mean? That's what he believes in. Blockchain is speech. Guys, this is part of the whole movement about PulseChain. Freedom of speech, freedom to communicate over blockchain. Code is speech. Hello, that's the whole thing that we're fighting against the SEC. You stand for freedom of speech. You should stand with PulseChain, and vice versa. Let's see what Richard Hart had to say here.
This is a funny question that actually has fucking thought in it. I like it. What do you think about forking MakerDAO and using Hex as collateral instead of ETH, since Hex is less prone to flash crashes, meaning less liquidation? I'm intrigued, sir. I'm intrigued. That sounds cool. That does sound cool. I'd like to check the state of the art and see if there's some better systems out there, which I hear there are some better stablecoin systems. But
spoilers, there's not.
I mean, there's so much shit to do. It's like, yes, I will keep that in my mind. It's already on a list.
It's already on a list. But yeah, spoilers, there's not a better state-of-the-art, stablecoin system other than MakerDAO's, DAI. It is better because obviously number one, it's algorithmic. Number two, it is ran by a decentralized autonomous organization, which is way better, where you have 13 voting seats and you need around 8 votes minimum to approve an action, compared to USDT owned by Tether or USDC owned by Circle. Those two are more centralized. Keep that in mind. They have immediate blacklist and freeze functions. And there's been cases of that where wallets that are holding like $200,000 all of a sudden frozen just because they had plausible reason to connect them to a either malicious or someone they don't like. You know what I mean? It could be any reason. They can come up with any reason because who's going to tell them you can't do that? Who's going to tell you? They own the token, bro. They own the token. It's kind of centralized. Let me tell you, this is why he went for DAI. This is why DAI was one of the first logos, the first PRC20 logos since launch, guys. You didn't know this. When PulseChain launched, DAI's logo was already loaded in PulseX. Come on, guys. Come on, bro. It's really, really exciting stuff. And then here, a recent tweet from Decentralized Me. Shout out to him, reminding us current OA holdings. Hex is 15.4 billion. This is the OA, guys. Origin address. You know, basically a secondary burn address. Basically, Pulse 10.6 billion. PulseX 6.9 billion. Total is around 32 billion, which is 140% over collateralized for PDAI, because of course for you to put PDAI in a vault, you need 150% collateralization, which I think PDAI is around 24 billion in supply, so you need 150% of 24 billion. So we're very close to reaching that collateral threshold. And then, actually, if you guys did not know, this is why pWBTC is extremely, extremely bullish. pWBTC, you know, owned by the 2822 wallet, owns 21%. I'm going to show you guys in a second, which is worth $47 million today, which is 3.26 billion at parity, which is around 100k Bitcoin price. That would take us now to around 155% collateralization. Obviously, we're not there yet, but I'm just telling you, if you guys didn't know, pWBTC is actually an approved type collateral for MakerDAO vaults. Very, very bullish. You see how the puzzle pieces all are together. Come on. We're going to move on to the next part. Okay. And now this is to do with the 369 votes, which is basically, if you go back to the pulsemaker.win and you scroll down to see the votes, right? It's to do with this vote, the wallet that was holding 36.9, which again, if you guys didn't know the reference, it is 369 is the chain ID for PulseChain. So there's that. And then, yeah, this wallet, which people are trying to connect it to the 2822 wallet, voted obviously with 369 pmaker and commented Milady. Now, what is Milady? It is a reference to Richard Hart, who actually did say that word, ages ago. So, people tied it as actually, hey, hold on, this is something that Richard would say. So if you know, PDAI is inevitable. And now, again, this is the controversial part where I can neither give you guys a certain answer that this is indeed related to Richard Hart's wallet or not. Okay, I'm going to keep that there. And at the same time, actually, recently, there's been a lot of drama on Twitter where we actually thought Decentralized Me and 9 Iron Capital, I believe, they thought that the executive vote was actually voted yes, within the first day of the poll ending, and obviously people were hyped up, etc. And unfortunately, it was actually by evil actors. What they did was make, I don't know how, but they created fake transactions. They pushed it to the website, and now it's creating this, kind of smoke mirror effect where we can't really differentiate from the real executive vote, yes or not, or at least it will take more time to actually figure that out. But all I'm trying to let you guys know, aside from this drama here and there, PDAI and pWBTC, the narrative is still very, very strong. Okay, fair enough. Yes, the executive vote didn't vote yes yet, right? Do remember the poll vote that we had a 14-day deadline for us to reach a threshold, I believe, of 150 votes minimum, right? But with the executive vote, there's unlimited time. So Richard Hart and his team, whoever's running the wallets, they can actually take indefinite time to vote yes. So of course it's not going to happen as soon as you think. Okay, at the same time, I don't think he's going to immediately vote yes and then collateralize PDAI, even if we're over the collateral threshold. Number one, I think he wants us to organically get ourselves, at the 10-cent level, at the 50-cent level, or the 25-cent level. He wants us to do most of the work, reason being, so that we shake ourselves naturally. That's how it works. You have people that are holding, let's say, 10 million PDAI. The price goes to 10 cents. They're going to be like, oh my God, I can just sell now and be a millionaire. I'm going to do that. Oh, I don't want to wait till $1, so I'm going to sell at 50 cents. You know what I mean? And now people who are holding 2 million PDAI, they're going to sell all of it at 50 cents. And etc. etc. People who are holding 10 million, they're going to be like, you know what? There's going to be sell pressure at $1, so I'm going to sell at 25 cents, at 50 cents, at 60 cents. We're going to flush out those people, guys. Trust me. You might see whales that are holding a lot. They're not going to be here by the time we reach $1. Let me tell you this. So we're going to do most of the work. And by the time that collateralization actually happens, we're going to have such a small, the distribution will be spread out where the selling power of a whale will be solo. Will be absolutely fine. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. This is how it works. Do remember there's around 440 wallets that own above 1 million PDAI. Just 440. So, that number will be I think that number will shrink for sure as time goes on, which, you know what, I'm going to try to get that statistic to get the live number and update you guys every episode. Let me know if you guys want me to do that. I'll try to create a script for that. But aside from that, going back to it, ladies and gentlemen, there's also this tweet here which talks about PWBTC, which is why I'm extremely bullish. Other than the fact that I told you guys that it is a approved collateral type. PWBTC is linked to PDAI because it's an approved collateral in PMaker. Richard Hart owns 32,000. He will add PWBTC from the 2822 wallet to Maker to bind the PWBTC price in terms of DAI to the same ratio as WBTC and eDAI. This would add 3 billion to Maker Vault's genius. So hold on, bro. Hold on. You're telling me we can also peg pWBTC to WBTC as parity? That's crazy. That is crazy, guys. Because when you look at how many X's are we away from $1, 38 X's. How many X's is pWBTC away from, parity with Bitcoin is 66 X's. Guys, it's the easiest 66X, easiest 38X I can tell you about in this bull run. Again, this is not financial advice, but this is the easiest one, I would say. Now, obviously, nothing is ever going to be zero risk or risk-free, so keep that in mind. But this is amazing. Now, here's the part where I think it's really, really going to change your mind. Okay? And it's me quoting Gibson, which, he was talking about, again, this is the drama going around. Hey, PDAI bros, why does the so-claimed Richard Hart voting wallet love selling PDAI if it's supposed to peg to $1? How does it feel to be someone's exit liquidity? Now, obviously, he shows the same 369 wallet, or at least it's related to that wallet selling PDAI. Now, guys, listen. This is a fair point, but let me tell you, I didn't look into it enough, but I've seen where this same wallet also provided a lot of liquidity for PDAI. So you might think that, okay, him selling here is bearish, but what if I told you he actually possibly bought more PDAI? So it's net positive. He provided more liquidity. So he might be selling here, but buying more somewhere else or in a different time. So, think about it this way, again, it's neither confirmed. I'm not going to say anything about the 369 vote if it's actually related to Richard Hart, at least not yet. I didn't conclude any research, but this is the tweet where I wanted to talk about. Forget about the recent incorrect info and mix-ups about who voted yes, putting aside the 369 vote. Let's talk about the other stuff that we know. I want you to check out these tweets from Richard Hart himself, bragging about the token that did 5,000x 4 times. And this is the reference that I put. Okay, these are tweets. You can go look them up. They're still up today. Imagine Ethereum, but more decentralized with more free coins, higher throughput, lower base lower base inflation, lower fees, faster blocks, and inheriting its upgrades, a real L1 with non L2 centralized sequencer risks, and a coin that did 5000x already. Check. And then here, at least one free ERC20 copy coin up 5000x already. Literally the only ERC20 copy that did a 5000x is PDAI. Fun fact, is actually at 10,000x now. Once we hit two pennies, or 2 cents, it is at 10,000x, which is absolutely crazy, by the way. Absolutely crazy. And a big fun fact as well, if we did reach to $1, that means when I started making videos about PDAI, it would be a realized 3,800x, which is absolutely crazy as well. But anyways, going back to it. Okay, this is what I said. How about looking at the fact that PDAI was one of the first PRC20 logos on PulseX, and with the newest logo update on a recent PulseX, the logo got updated again, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, there was a new PulseX update, and then the logo got updated to be the recent logo of PDAI. So that's also bullish. Guys, the only way you can do this is if the PulseX devs changed it on their side, right? And then they pushed the changes. This is sick. This is really sick. And then you have here, what about the 2822 wallet that holds 21% of pWBTC, the same wallet tied to rating the pAVE to then control the P MakerDAO. So again, yeah, the 2822 wallet is very, very bullish. Here, look, let's do this. Let's take the contract address of pWBTC. Let's paste it in scanner. And then you can see here, once you go to holders, you can see the top holder that owns 21%, 32,000 Bitcoin, guys. Imagine how much would this be worth when it goes to 100K worth. Basically, almost 32.5, $3.2 billion worth. And then you add that to the collateral. Come on, man. That's going to be crazy, 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 crazy stuff. But yeah, that is the wallet that holds the pWBTC. It's clearly a Richard Hart wallet, guys. Clearly. But once you go back to it, this is what I was talking about, okay? Let me see where it was. Yeah, right here. Which was tied to rating pAVE so that it can then control PMaker. And then after that, which is what happened with PDAI, by the way, in 2023. And then they paused the minting function with PDAI. You know what I mean? Like they actually paused it. So you're telling me, why would Richard Hart or his team pause a minting function for PDAI if they don't care about this PRC20 copy? Do you know what I mean, guys? Come on. You're like, put the puzzle pieces together. Do you know that pWBTC is an approved collateral type? Again, this is what I talked about. What about the fact that there used to be pWBTC, EWBTC farms in PulseX? My point is, you don't need to discredit PDAI and pWBTC from this recent overhype about an alleged wallet related to Richard Hart voting yes on the poll or on the executive vote. Time will tell. People can wait for further confirmations to enter whatever your risk tolerance is. Right now, it's a 2.5% chance that Richard Hart is behind PDAI as the price is over 2.5 cents. Would you rather wait than buy, or buy than wait? What do you think? And then yeah, in reference to the the PulseX farms, this used to be in the PulseX farms, guys. Look at this, pWBTC and EWBTC. They used to be live. It's no longer live, and I think he will strategically put them back live very soon, very, very soon, and it's going to shock a lot of people. It will be the final confirmation, but I think it's already a confirmation because it used to be in the PulseX farms. It's clearly Richard Hart's Bitcoin. He likes pWBTC. He likes PDAI. He bragged about it. Guys, think about it this way. And of course, don't forget about the bullish tweet here from Binance. Again, is it linked to Richard Hart and PulseChain? I don't know. Turns out my pulse is pegged to Binance with a picture of a heart. Richard Hart, pulse, PulseChain, heartbeat, PulseChain logo. Come on. Very, very cool stuff. And then here, same thing with OKX. And now this one obviously is a little bit of a stretch. The heartbeat of community is the heartbeat of crypto is its community. But a fun fact that, the same wallets, the centralized exchange wallets, they also got airdropped the P stables, right? And actually, if you look at, the USDT, you can see the top holders of it is OKX. And you can see they actually have a lot of money in USDT. So all they have to do, guys, is just come over to PulseChain, claim that money, keep whatever they need for, enlisting fees, and then use the rest for liquidity to list PDAI, to list, I don't know, Pulse. The money's there. We don't need to pay anyone. That's the crazy part. And then here, take a look at how much PDAI USDC Binance owns. This is Binance wallets, guys. Look at this. Look at that. You have 3.3 million worth, 2 million worth of pWBTC, 1 million, 1.5, 350. Wow, man. Wow. That's enough money to provide liquidity for almost all the Richard Hart core tokens and the P stables. It's crazy. It's really crazy, guys. And then there's another wallet. 17 million, 10 million. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, those centralized exchanges, they're gatekeeping PulseChain because they're afraid of the SEC lawsuit. But once that gets dismissed, which again, I think we're going to hear by the latest, end of January, by the latest, I think so. Okay. And I think it's going to be a dismissal based on no jurisdiction. Because again, Richard Hart lives in Finland. Okay. They're talking about how he's targeting US residents. That's absolute BS. You know what I mean? Like, as the judge said, where does the blockchain live? How can you prove, guys? How can you prove that he did certain transactions on blockchain in America or, not in America? You know what I mean? Like, the blockchain is as well. The blockchain is everywhere. They even brought the fact that, he's uploading videos targeting US residents. That doesn't make any sense. The algorithm on YouTube is a global algorithm. You cannot just target a country with, on YouTube just like that. It doesn't make any sense. But moving forward, there's here another interesting fact as well, that pWBTC is not listed, right? I think it's just viewable on Coinbase. Again, you can't trade it on Coinbase, but it is viewable. And again, this is kind of bullish because, I think someone had to actually, add it to Coinbase, put a logo for it, and then, link a, data charts to retrieve from. So someone had to manually do this. So hold on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is very, very bullish, guys. This is very, very bullish. And then here, shout out to Access Live. Hate to break it to you, but DAI fork isn't going away. There's simply too much liquidity bricked way down into the root of the network. 179 million as of this post, which is very, very bullish, guys. Okay. How can you check this? It's simple. Go to Dex Screener, scroll down, find PulseChain, and then click on top, click on liquidity, and then you can see the top most liquid pair in all of PulseChain over Richard Hart core tokens themselves is Atropa /DAI/PDAI, worth 150 million at the time of recording, which is crazy. Which again makes Atropa super, super bullish, by the way. Super, super bullish. Because of Hart's law. So keep that in mind as well, guys. Think about it. This is the liquidity, web of liquidity. It's crazy. Crazy, 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 guys. Crazy. And you telling me like Richard Hart would allow such a PRC20 to become this big, to take the spot of the number one most liquid pair in PulseChain, and he won't tweet about it if he wasn't behind it? Come on, bro. He's of course behind it. He's not going to tweet about it because he doesn't want people to know that it's him. We still have a little bit too much whales with, high selling power. Let them sell now. So all the drama that's happening, all the people are saying, oh yeah, it's a pump and dump. Get out. Oh my God. All the people that are sending the fake transactions to, ruin the fun. In a way, that's actually a good thing, so that people can, sell out. The disbelievers, the non-believers, they don't. It's not destined for them to be here till the finish line. Okay, if you'd rather go and spend that money somewhere else, leave now. If you're gonna call PulseChain, if you're gonna call PDAI a scam just because it went down 40%, just because your bag went down 40%, yeah, then you don't believe in PDAI. Then you're not supposed to be a holder. That's not how you win. Again, this is from CZ, shout out to Balance. This is what he said. He said, you are not going to make it if you cannot hold. You know, again, I kind of summarized it. That's not his direct quote, but he said, if you cannot hold long term, you will not make it in crypto, bro. You're not making crypto by trading and day trading, swing trading. Nah, bro. You have to be an investor, not a trader. And with PDAI, if you want to wait till it's confirmed, if you want to wait till Richard Hart tweets about it, fine. You can wait until it's 50 cents. Great. You know, you've lowered your risks, which is absolutely fine, by the way. Everyone has different risk tolerances. But then again, your upside is going to be just a 2x. Do you remember when PDAI goes to $1, that's it. There's no more gains after that. And at the same time, I say this, but I actually predict that we're going to have way more volume with PDAI when it reaches $1 than what we're having right now. I'm going to tell you guys, there's a lot of, I think so, because once it will reach pegging, there's going to be a lot of yield farming, a lot of, you know, incentives for people to actually provide liquidity and stabilize it, that it's going to attract a lot of ETH whales. So I actually think so, guys. You know what I mean? And then here, just the latest thing to add. Did you know that Richard Hart team changed the code in PMaker so that there is no wait time when it comes to peg? Maker on ETH has a delay of like 30 hours before the spell is confirmed. PMaker has no delay. You'll have no warning to get in when Richard Hart decides to peg. And this is huge. Shout out to Xeon. He found this. Okay. Where I believe, yeah, it's this part of the tweet. The contract can now call the schedule function within the spell contract, which calls the DS pause contract and sets the 24-48 hours delay before the hat can be casted and executed. Well, that's what would usually happen, but Richard Hart has set the time delay to 0. This means that after the spell is lifted to the hat and scheduled, the new hat can immediately be casted and executed. You can check the delay by going to the DS pause contract, which I did, and you can see here in the read contract, if I show you guys, if you go back here, you can see the delay is at 0. Guys, 0. Whew. Crazy. That means, guys, once Richard Hart provides collateral, there's going to be a 0 delay, and PDAI could instantly be priced at $1. That's how it works with the PMaker vaults, you know, and obviously the different sub modules. It will be like an oracle that, you know, reflects or signals to the AMMs, the automated market makers, that hey, PDAI is at $1. PDAI is at $1. The arbitrage bots are going to start looking at it as, hey, PDAI is at $1. They're going to start, you know what I mean, doing the arbitrage opportunities, making the small gains. This is all good. This is what you want to keep the price stable. It's going to be crazy. Imagine it's going to be a full-on wick to $1. Now, is he going to do it from here? Doubt so. He's not going to do it all the way when we're at 2 cents. I think he can. He'll probably do it when we're at 50 cents, 60 cents, 70, 80, 90 cents. Okay? Where, as I said, the selling pressure has already washed itself out organically. We have to do this. We have to FUD people out. So, yeah. Guys, listen. It's very, very bullish stuff. Okay? From the tweet as well that I have. I mean, have I not convinced you that Richard Hart is more likely than not behind pWBTC and PDAI? There was PulseX farms for pWBTC. He owns 21% of it. With PDAI, he bragged about it, the token that did 5,000x. He bragged about it 4 times. PDAI was the first PRC20 logo from day 1 PulseChain launch. Guys, this is aside from the fact talking about whether or not the 369 wallet is related to the 2822 wallet. Okay, but no doubt, why did the 2822 wallet raid pAAVE to control PMaker to then pause the mint function in PDAI? Why? Why would the team do that? Guys, unless they have something planned in the long term, which I think that is the case. I'm going to end the video there, guys. It is 1 a.m. I'm going to go catch some sleep. I appreciate you guys, honestly. You can support me in multiple ways. You can check out my course link in the description. You can donate to my donation address link in the description. You can honestly just comment down below, share this video with crypto bros. It's more than enough. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. Take care.